deal with airplane peanuts.
Your husband brought you here today because he wants to confess something.
The unscripted Tim Dillon comedy special, This Is Your Country, has maintained a top 10 spot on Netflix for 3 straight days after opening up to a flurry of positive reviews online from both mainstream news outlets and comedy fans alike.
That, we came clean about everything in our financial, situation, our financial, the story of our financial,
You sound like Joe Biden.
But the crazy part is, what ended up transforming into Tim Dillon's own version of a Jerry Springer reality TV morning talk show was originally supposed to be an election-themed one-time special event.
We wanted to do something that people could watch for a long time, and we wanted to do something different. And I remembered when I grew up, these trashy daytime TV shows that were on, and then they went away. And I was just like, I don't want to do an election special where immediately after the election it's over. Also, Triumph is going to be the best. No one's going to do it better than Triumph, right? I mean, The Daily Show does their thing. I'm like, why do that? Let's do like a 90s trash TV show, but with topics from, 2024. And we hired a production company who produces shows like Love Island and The Bachelor. They do reality TV because you got to find people that are, going to come on the show and shit. And that's out of my wheelhouse completely. I do a podcast by myself where I talk at the air. They were really good at like helping us produce it and make it.
Yeah, because that was my next question. How did you find these people that were willing to share these bizarre stories on Netflix?
Everyone's willing to do everything. This is the question that surprises me the most. Why would people go on the show? Has anyone gone outside? It's so weird to me. Like, people are like, why would people go on and share intimate details of their... What is left for anyone in this country unless some fame, some virality, some fucking clout? I mean, people are going on the show for the same reason. Like, the Hawk Tuah girl says whatever she said, and then she's she's like has a career. Now, she's a sweet girl, and there's nothing, I'm not taking anything away from her, but like, they're like, why can't I be her? There is no value to dignity anymore. There was never a financial value to dignity in our country. There is now not an emotional value. You do not feel better for being dignified now either. So it's a circus, and you can get on a trapeze or not. But yeah, I mean, I initially thought, is it going to be hard to get people to come on? We had too many, we had to turn people away.
That's hilarious. Well, the other part of it, was it nerve-wracking at all from your point of view, having to rely on maybe not the people up on stage, but the random audience members to be normal or not nervous or not say anything stupid?
I'm nervous anytime I got to rely on anybody else, because with a podcast or stand-up, I don't rely really on anybody other than like, my ability to work. Now, obviously, we all collaborate with each other. We do each other's shows, this, that, and the other thing. But like, primarily, a lot of what we do is our own, right? So it was weird to rely on a production company that I'd never worked with. And listen, we shot 11 segments. 5 of them made it in because the other ones weren't as good. Now I think we know better what to look for. We know who will be good and who won't be. I do think that it was a little nerve-wracking because I didn't know what was going to happen. This could have been a complete bomb. This could have been terrible in the sense that we had never done anything like it before. I had it. Even the production company had it. They're like, we put a bunch of hot people on an island. They all fuck or whatever the shows they do. I don't know what they Love Island, Fuckboy Island, whatever it is. That's what they do. This was like, we got to get something good. And this was also like a live show. We have an audience.
The entire project features a steady dose of crowd work from Tim Dillon as he steers the spectacle on stage and brings out special surprises. The impromptu conversations with crowd members were easily some of the funniest parts of this entire thing. And really, the biggest negative thing people online have to say about This Is Your Country is that it's not a series, as just one episode left most viewers wanting more.
I mean, listen, we are really happy with how it's been received. There are powers that be that are, obviously in charge of things like that. We would love to do more. That's not our choice, obviously. It's the choice of like the people at Netflix, but we'll just say we'd love to do more.
Will this be replacing a traditional stand-up special from you for this time period?
No, I have a stand-up special that we shot, but right now, this came out and this is killing it and doing very well. The main focus right now would be, again, we would really, really love to do more of these. We have a stand-up special that we shot at the Comedy Store, and right now this was the main focus, and it still is, and we'd love to do more of them. But there'll be other stuff. I'm obviously podcasting. The book has been pushed back. We are gonna come out with a book, but this was like the main focus, and I think this genre of TV, like I think there's an appetite for it.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Tim. I have one more question for you before I let you go here.
Thank you so much for coming to my party, by the way. We invited you to my party in Southampton, and instead of a Diddy-style freak-off, it was just me and H. Foley eating penne alla vodka. So I do apologize for the lack of freak-offness, but it was very nice to have you.
I was just worried about falling in the pool or embarrassing myself. I didn't know if it was a dinner for schmucks situation. From Chris Rock, Cat Williams, Joe Rogan, The Roast of Tom Brady, Netflix is obviously investing heavily into live comedy, which seems like a format that you would really thrive in. What are your thoughts on ever doing a live special or just live projected comedy in general?
My thoughts basically are I'm open to whatever. The idea of live is a lot of fun to me. I tape the podcast once a week, not live per se, but we don't edit it. I just kind of go in there and talk. So I like the idea of live, but I also like the idea of doing something that withstands the test of time. And it's not just like, oh, it's live. It's like, it's a really good, funny show that people can go back and watch over and over again. I will do a live from Ukraine special for the troops. Yeah. I will do Russia or them. I will do anything. I will do Heal the Middle East with Tim Dillon, just kind of a Middle East sing along with me and a few other people. Me and Schumer in the Middle East. Wouldn't it be funny if we did that and then all the people go, we just would rather the war?
Guest spots from last week. Joe Rogan sat down with the Legion of Skanks. Sam Talent was on Kill Tony. Nate Marshall and Sean Gardini joined Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. Jordan Jensen was on Whiskey Ginger. Corey Taylor went over to Your Mom's House. Are You Garbage? Welcome to Kevin Smith. Ernest was on Bertcast. Dax Flame and Donnell Rawlings were on Bad Friends. Graham Stephan took a wild ride with Steve-O. Two Bears, One Cave was Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. Flagrant had Dax Shepard in the studio. The Tim Dillon Show, We Might Be Drunk, and Tuesdays with Stories all did not have guests. Stavros Halkias was on You Be Trippin', and The Regs was live from Skankfest featuring Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, everybody! Come on. Thank you.
You guys are the best. The Regs fucking rule. The Regs is better than Protect Our Parks. I'll see you guys.
Isolate it.
Mark Cuban was the guest on This Past Weekend with Theo Von. Mike Cannon took a trip to Stuff Island. Teddy Swims took his shoes off with Rick Glassman. Story Wars included Chris Stefano, Maddie Smith, and Aaron Berg. Drew Dunn joined the Adam Friedland Show podcast. Ari Shafir was on Sag Daddy to Pod. Jay Larson was a guest on About Last Night. Renan Hirschberg went on Fitzdog Radio. Pat Burster was on You Know What Dude. Miss Pat was on The Couch with Soder. Dusty Slay went on First Date. Simon Rich made it weird with Pete Holmes. Brendan Sagalow, Mike Cannon, and Mike Feeney all joined B&Ian with Jordan. Mike Feeney also sat in the Wayback with Ryan Sickler. And Pete James Fowler stopped by Only Fiends. As far as new stand-up comedy specials that are either out right now or coming out soon, Joe Gatto Messing with People is out right now on the 800-Pound Gorilla channel. Dion Cole, OK Mister is out on Netflix. Out on YouTube is Jay Farrow Jared, Jay Washington, Big Black and Nerdy, and Mike Cannon, Traumatized Animal, which is available on the Chris DiStefano YouTube channel.
This is amazing. How about Chris qualifying our friendship? Left and right, best friend in comedy. Want to make sure everybody knows, outside of the business, I am close to several people.
There's also a few specials in the works right now that will be coming out soon. On October 8th, Paul Verzi, Reasonable Man will be out on YouTube. That same day, Ali Wong's Single Lady will premiere on Netflix. And Ali Sadiq is gearing up to shoot his next special at the Majestic Theater in Dallas, Texas. And some more special news, Chris DiStefano just officially announced that his next special will be streaming on Hulu, joining the likes of Jessica Kirson and Bill Burr. Other than that, as many of you know, Skankfest 2024 took place last weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we were lucky enough to be out there covering the full 3-day festival to report back to the subscribers subscribers of this channel. The full recap video is coming soon, but there's a lot of content to sort through and we want to make it as high quality as possible, so stick with us on the Skankfest long form video, but there should be some shorts coming out soon. Also coming out soon will be the Best of September compilation. And speaking of compilations, over the weekend we ran a mini contest between 3 videos, the Best of LA, the Best of New York, and the Best of Austin podcasts. We then said we would count up all the likes of the videos and announce the winner during this episode of the Comedy News, so here are the results. The video with the most likes was Austin, but the video with the highest like percentage was New York, and the video that was uploaded for the least amount of time was the Best of LA, so it turns out this all may have just been a flawed idea. But thank you anyway to everyone who participated, and if you haven't yet, go check out all 3 of those videos. They'll be on the end screen or on the channel somewhere. Thank you for watching.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.